Hello, I'm Haley Henahan with Littlesleepersanddreamers.com, and I am your pediatric sleep consultant. Oftentimes, the number one problem I hear parents say is, "Help! My little one won't sleep unless I'm holding him. What can I do?" In this video, I'll go through just what you can do to help your little one begin sleeping and dreaming. For the purpose of this video, I will mostly be addressing newborns. If you have a baby that is older than 4 months and you are struggling with this issue, go ahead and send me an email at littlesleepersanddreamers@gmail.com, and I would love to connect with you to discuss your child and their issues, as well as think about getting on a sleep training plan. So let's begin. Why is this happening? Your little one falls right to sleep in your arms very easily, but the moment you go to set her down, she wakes up. Why is that? Let me tell you an analogy about a missing pillow. So say you go to lay down at night, you put your head on your pillow, and you fall asleep. But in the middle of the night, your pillow goes missing. You wake up to find it gone and decide to go looking for it. Well, that's similar to a baby falling asleep in your arms. They are used to that comfort, and when they wake up and they find that they are no longer there, they're going to want it back, just like you would want your pillow back. So that is why this is happening. What can we do about it? The first thing you want to do is you want to create a calming environment for them to sleep in. They can either be sleeping in their own nursery or room sharing with you as a parent. That is perfectly fine and actually suggested by the AAP, the American Academy of Pediatrics, for children at least 6 months and younger. So whichever room they are sleeping in, make sure that it is calm and quiet. You also want to make sure that the lights are dim. You are relaxing their bodies for sleep. You don't want to be overstimulating them by a loud TV or bright sunlight pouring in. You want to get them calm and relaxed. And the last thing is you want to turn on a sound machine. Now you can even turn on the sound machine 20 minutes before you put them down. This will help them relax. Remember, newborns are used to that loud whooshing noise from being inside the womb. So a white noise machine will be very helpful to them to help them to settle and relax and get ready to sleep. Now this might sound a little crazy, but did you know that you can start a bedtime routine at day 1? That's right. Any age, you can begin a bedtime routine with your little one. You want to get them into this routine, into this habit that gets them sleepy, that helps them to signal and to know that sleep is coming and that they can prepare their bodies for it. It won't be wake out in the living room and then down to sleep the next moment. You really want to prepare them, help them to recognize these signals and get ready to relax and sleep. Now, another thing you want to be mindful of is wake windows. Newborns should not be awake for more than 30 to 90 minutes. 30 minutes being closer to being born, 90 minutes being a little older of a newborn. You want to make sure that you are not allowing them to get overtired, because an overtired newborn is very hard to settle. As a new parent, I would keep my little one up very long in the evenings. I thought that that's what I had to do to get him to sleep through the night, but I was creating the problem. Because I kept him up so long, he would not let me put him down. He would not settle in sleep, and it became a battle night after night. If you would like to make sure your child is on the right schedule, I have a free schedule for you. In the description box below, there is a link where you can grab the schedule specifically for your child's age. So let's talk about what you can do after you get your baby ready to go to sleep. If you put your baby down and you find that he cries right away, instantly, or maybe it takes 5-10 minutes, but then he quickly wakes up, go ahead and try to soothe your baby without picking him up. So go over to him, give him his pacifier if he has one, do some shushing. A really great shushing technique is to go too short and then a longer one. So go shh, 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 right near their little ears, because remember, they are used to that loud whooshing noise from being inside the womb. It would be equivalent to the sound of a vacuum. So your shushing noise can be pretty loud. Some other suggestions are to give some pats and rubs and just soothe your baby, trying to see if he will settle without needing to get picked up. Now, if you do need to pick him up, go right ahead and pick him up, but do your best to wait first, allowing him to have the opportunity to get used to not being in your arms. Another thing you want to do when you put your child down is to swaddle them. Having that tight swaddle around them will help them relax. They are used to that from being squished in the womb. It is comforting to them. Now, if you say, my baby doesn't like the swaddle, I've tried it and it just makes it worse. That's okay, but before you give it up altogether, you have a couple options. You can either try to swaddle where your child's hands are right at its face so that they can suck on any fingers that they might want to, because they are used to sucking on their fingers inside the womb. So that is calming and relaxing and soothing to them. The other option is to swaddle them with their arms out. They might like that their arms are out and free. So that is another option. Just keep in mind that if you swaddle with their arms out, they are more likely to be startled awake from the Moro reflex. The Moro reflex is where they take their little hands and they open them wide as they startle. So that is a little more common to happen if their arms aren't swaddled, and that is a great reason why to also have your child swaddled, so that it won't wake them up. You can also start trying to have a slow transition. They are used to constantly being held by you all day, always in your arms. Give them some opportunities to be put down. All babies should be sleeping in a sleep space that is firm and flat. They should have a tight-fitted sheet and nothing else. So if they are used to you carrying them around, having that movement, and then you go to lie them down and it is completely still, yeah, they're gonna wake up. They're not used to that. So as much as you can, whether they are awake or asleep, try to lay them down. Get a mat or a blanket on the floor where they can be put down and get used to that flat, still space. Start off gradually. Maybe it's only for 30 seconds. Maybe they can last 2 or 3 minutes. Continue to build that so that they are used to having that still space, so that when they do go to sleep, they will not be expecting movement. Now, another thing you can work on is transitioning from feeding to sleep to a sleep, eat, play routine. Now, this can start at any age, even though it is more difficult the newer the newborn, because they like to sleep all the time. So as much as you can, really work on keeping them awake as they feed and then letting them play before letting them sleep. This will really help them lose that association of nursing to sleep and their association of needing you. Remember that pillow analogy? It's the same thing with nursing. If they are used to nursing to sleep and then they wake up and find them they're not doing that anymore, they're going to want it back. That makes sense. So as soon as you can break that routine, go ahead and give them that eat, play, sleep routine so that they are not used to needing you to fall asleep. Speaking of falling asleep, you can work on helping them to go to sleep independently by putting them down drowsy. So for this technique, you are going to want to help them get sleepy. You can rock, bounce, soothe them in any way. But before they are actually asleep, you will set them down in their sleep space so that they can fall asleep independently. Then if they wake up, they won't have to be looking for mom holding them or nursing to sleep as if that were the way they went to sleep. So as much as you can, try to get them drowsy because they do need your help getting sleepy, and then letting them finish off that last final bit asleep. One thing that could help is just giving little pats as they're in their bassinet on that firm, flat surface to help them just get over that hump and fully asleep. Now, if all else fails and you are thinking, I've tried everything and none of these are working, it just isn't possible, then for the time being, go ahead and let them fall asleep in your arms, but wait a good 15-20 minutes. You really want to make sure your child is in a deeper sleep so that when you make the transfer and you go to put them down, it will be less likely that they will wake up from this transition. So waiting that time, a good 15-20 minutes before making the transfer, will help them to sleep in their own sleep space. But remember, like the missing pillow analogy, they might wake up wondering where you went. So as much as you can, try these other techniques to get them sleeping on their own. And if your child is over 4 months old and you would like to begin sleep training to get your child to become an independent sleeper, go ahead and email me at littlesleepersanddreamers@gmail.com. I would love to connect with you and help your little one become a sleeper and dreamer. Don't forget to like this video by hitting the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell as more videos will be coming your way. I'll see you in the next one. Sweet dreams.